Welcome to the sellthatoption.com YouTube channel. If this is your first time joining us here, taking a look at any of our daily recap videos, please feel free to reach out to me at ryan@sellthatoption.com should you have any questions about the process or anything that you're about to view. Now, momentarily, you're going to get to see a dated version of what I send to our members here at sellthatoption.com every single day after the close if we initiate a trade. Okay, and so I send these after the market closes. They're able to take a look at the trades that I make. I talk about why I entered the trade, what I was looking for when I initiated the trade, my profit targets for that trade, and any general market commentary that was important when we were looking at that trade. Now, it's important to note here that these are trades that you can take a look at the night after. You don't have to be chained to your computer all day. See if there's something that you like, and then initiate the trade potentially on the next business day. Okay, and so what we're going to do is here is if you are a member or you're looking at a membership, what you would do is you would come over here, select members, and then you would click daily recap videos. Okay, so let's take a look at exactly what a daily recap video page would look like and how our members would utilize that page. All right, now here we are in our daily recap video page, and so you can see a little bit of education that our members would get to read, and then you just go down here and you click play. Okay, now I've got it set up to where the most recent video is always the first one that shows up. You can see the date, and so what you would do is you would just click play, and then you would be able to see the video. Okay, I don't have any of the other videos set up, but what you can do is you can come to this page right here, and then you can see all of previous videos that we have listed on the site. Okay, without any further information, let's get right into the daily recap video. All right, welcome to today's video recap. Today is January the 16th, 2018. We are in our daily recap. Only one trade today, but it was a crazy interesting day here in the markets. So there's actually quite a lot to talk about today. And so today's move really did quite a lot. Really, I'm sitting here processing, and our volatility positions took a pretty big hit. Some of our stuff came back in, which was really nice. But in general, implied volatility levels increased. So even some of those securities that initially came in, it's not necessarily reflective in our current profit and loss from open. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our adjusted trade here in EFA, which was really the only thing that we did today. We were really just watching and seeing if today's bump down, we are going to look at those charts, but whether today's bump down was just a blip in the overall radar of this crazy bullish movement, or if it was perhaps the start of a trend reversal. Okay, so let's get right into EFA and take a look at the new position. So as you can see here, the 9 EMA, which is one of the major trend EMAs that I watch, wasn't broken on any of our major indices. It was tested there in the IWM, but ultimately it didn't do anything. Now, one of the things that you'll notice here is that the VIX did see a gap up and just a massive move. What's really interesting about this particular move here in the VIX is that it didn't retrace all the way back down to only up a couple of percent, right? So one of the things that we've seen over the course of really the last couple of months has been anytime you see a large VIX pop like this, eventually, you know, it'll go up like it did today, 20%, but then by the end of the day, it's only up 6 or 7 or 8 or 9%, not keeping a majority of the gains here. And so that's a really interesting thing that we're going to want to watch. Is this a reversal? Now, one of the things that I will point out is that the last 2 trading days of last week, and this is important, the VIX was up both of those days while the markets were still moving up. And so that's one of the things that I really like to pay attention to when I'm looking at a move potentially like the one that we saw today was, are we going to see the VIX move up with the markets? And if we see that for a couple of days, we sometimes get a pop like this, and it's worth looking at. It's one of the reasons why I closed out a couple of my short VIX positions on Friday, was because I was seeing that, hey, the VIX is moving up while the markets are continuing to hit all-time highs. Now, part of the reason is because VIX is just so low, but the other major part of that is, hey, I mean, we you know, we might be nearing a short-term top. We'll see. Every time anybody's tried to call the top over the last couple of days, it's been a fool's errand. We'll see what happens, but this is interesting, and it is something that I am looking at continuing to watch. And these are the moves of the major indices, right? All red on the day, leading the IWM at 1.28%. Okay, so let's just keep an eye on this, and let's see what type of follow through we have. And yeah, we'll just keep trying to sell neutral spreads and make some money. And here we are in a new position in EFA. So EFA, we just moved with the market. Now we went from about a 35% probability of profit with our initial sold position centered at 72. And we added a 72 iron butterfly as well. Significantly less risk on the call side because calls in EFA are just so cheap. So what we do see here is we are back to being centered over the market. I like the position. I really like trading EFA. I think it tends to be a really nice trading vehicle. And so we're just going to monitor. We're probably not going to touch this position again until the beginning of February. So we're just going to keep watching it and probably not necessarily do anything with it right now. Just watch and monitor. But this was the one position that we did add today. All right, we're going to keep adjusting and monitoring and taking a look at our portfolio here over the next couple of days, and just make any tweaks as necessary. But we're pretty nicely solid for February expiration.